I'm Adriano.
And I'm Marisa. In July 2023, we moved on board our Garcia Exploration 45, and we've been sailing full-time ever since. We've sailed in idyllic conditions
And more challenging ones.
If you are curious about how we live on board our 45-foot sailboat with everything we need from the tropics to the Arctic, then join us on board for our extended tour. So let's get right into it and pass through the cockpit and into the Salon. Let's take a moment to talk about the deck salon. We have a 270-degree view. The boat is designed so that we can see outside at eye level while working in the galley, sitting in the raised salon, or most importantly, from the inside steering position.
We have these super strong and safe doors, which are very important to prevent water coming in. They're thick with bulletproof glass. Like this, you're very secure in here. It has very well placed handles everywhere. You see here, you see here, 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 here. This is a handle, this is a handle, so you can always have one hand for the boat and one hand for you.
This is our galley with a quick overview. Here's our spice rack, one of several fans that keep us cool in the tropics. We have kitchen utensils that are stored here and stay in place with a powerful magnet, as does the salt shaker. Keys, cutlery, small kitchen utensils and towels, coffee, vitamins, and alcohol are stored in these 3 kitchen drawers. All cupboards and drawers lock with a clip. Our stove is gimbaled, which makes it possible to cook even in rough conditions. The oven is a good size, and we also use it to make toast. Pots and pans are stored under the oven. We store some of our fruits and vegetables in the floor storage here, where it's dark and relatively cool. The heavy-duty window above the stove opens to the outside. We have lots of counter space to prepare meals. The sinks are covered here, but most of the time they look like this. There are 6 cupboards above the sink and work area. We store our glasses, dishes, coffee cups, our food processor, thermoses, all our breakfast food, Tupperware, and our cleaning supplies. 3 of the 4 deep drawers here store foods that we eat almost daily. The last has a range of bowls inside. Our first aid supplies, fire extinguisher, a vacuum, miscellaneous cleaning supplies, and cutting boards are stored here. We have a generous rubbish bin. 2 foot-operated clips secure the trash compartment when we're in rough sea.
This is a mechanical foot pump for either salt water or fresh water, which comes out of this separate faucet.
Our boat is equipped with 2 large fridges. Both have inner compartments that can be adjusted to suit our storage needs. Clips provide extra security. This cabinet houses our induction cooktop that we use when we're plugged into shore power, as well as our kettle and napkins. This is our freezer. Also very generous, lots of space, and that means that 3 weeks into a trip we can still have frozen blueberries or frozen vegetables.
And ice cubes for
drinks.
Down here is the pilot bed, which we use on passage. It's the center of gravity. It's next to the mast and low down. You have a lee cloth, so you're well tucked in. It goes all the way down. It's full length. I can fully stretch out, and it holds you nice and cozy.
And there's another handle there.
This is the navigation table and the inside steering with all necessary appliances. You can see outside from here, you see everything that's happening, you see the sails, and we have all the controls here. This is obviously the navigation screen, that's the autopilot, that's the charging station, that's the VHF, That's the sail support system. This is the music system. This is our active radar reflector, the Echo Max, which increases security.
A hammock can be attached to the ceiling so you can sit comfortably at the nav station when the boat heels to port. Red light protects and assists night vision. We also have a fantastic lighting system where we can turn on just these soft lights around the cabin at night.
Everything is dimmable.
We spend a great deal of time in this salon. The table easily seats 4 to 6 people. It's where we work, where we plan passages, and celebrate after completing difficult ones. We watch movies here, play games, and we take naps. A section of the table can be lowered, so if one of us is working in the kitchen, the other one can pass easily through the rest of the cabin.
There is storage behind the backrest and under the seats on 2 levels. We can store food for around 6 months for 2 people on the boat.
We even have a floor compartment 2 levels deep for our naughty snacks. Our foul weather gear, that's 2 pairs of overalls and 2 heavy jackets, are stored under this bench where they are easily accessible. Our heavy boots and life jackets are stashed here where they are easy to grab and store away afterwards. We have 5 overhead locking hatches with blackout blinds and screens. Now we're going to move on to the rear head, which is to the left of the doorway. The bathroom also has red light to protect your vision during night watch. There's a hatch. We have sink, toilet, lots of space for storage, both above the sink and below. We have a full-size shower with a bench to sit on in heavy seas and a pole where you can hang wet jackets. The captain is well over 6 feet tall and he can stand upright in the shower and still has room above his head. We're now going to go through this door at the rear of the bathroom. This garage or tech room has multiple functions. Under the workbench, we have 2 large and 3 smaller drawers for tools. Above the bench is our dive compressor. This allows us to fill our dive bottles so that we can dive directly from the boat. We have additional storage under the floor. This large toolbox stores our heavier tools, and as we both enjoy hiking, this blue box holds our boots and hiking gear. Behind the box is a watertight crash zone where our dual rudders are installed. Should one rudder become damaged, the second one can operate independently. On the right-hand side, we have our generator and washing machine. Clothes can also be hung in this space to dry.
Moving on.
We're now going to go into the guest quarters, which are located on the right-hand side of the entrance. There's a comfortable double bed and plenty of storage underneath it. There are 4 windows, 2 of which can be opened. All of the windows are installed with blackout blinds. There are 2 reading lamps, a large hanging closet with a shelf on top. We installed some soft pockets for smaller items and also extra hooks. There's also additional storage alongside the bed. There's a deep cupboard at the base of the bed.
This is our desalinator, which turns 100 liters of seawater an hour into drinking water.
The final room is at the other end of the boat, the master cabin. We have a large, comfortable bed with plenty of space to store seasonal clothes and spare parts underneath. We have an overhead hatch and 2 windows on either side with blackout blinds. Above the bed on both sides are 5 cupboards where we store clothing. There are 2 closets on either side, and I claimed the bigger one. We each have a drawer at the foot of the bed for our shoes. Books and other small items are stored on the narrow shelves on both sides of the bed. The very last room inside the boat is through the door on the left. This ensuite bathroom has plenty of storage next to and under the sink. That concludes the tour of the inside of the boat.
Okay, let's go outside. Welcome to our cockpit. We have tons of space here to seat people. The cockpit table flips open on both sides and provides ample space for fancy dinners and fun game evenings. I'm now sitting under the hard dodger, which gives you a very protected second steering position. If the going gets rough, you can roll down the tent and close off the dodger from the elements. That gives you a very protected watch and steering position, or a cozy little winter garden for an early morning tea. There is plenty of space under the dodger to store pillows, life jackets and other things, and there is storage on the side. And you can also lounge here very nicely. All lines come back to the cockpit, so you can operate the sails without leaving the safety of the cockpit.
Our mooring lines, buckets, etc. are stored under this bench.
We have two steering wheels that are obviously connected. We have two rudders that are connected, so you can steer on this side. You have a great view forward, or you steer on the other side. We have the controls of the engine here. And again, autopilot control, so you can control the boat from all these places. Actually, you see it very well. You can control it from here, you can control it from the dodger, and inside from the helm station in the Salon.
We have no idea what this bar is called in front of the wheel, but we do know it's handy to grab onto. Here's another great place to hang out on the boat, and here's another one. There are two lockers under the bench. One has our water hose, power cord when we're on shore power, and the other one has our dive gear.
Behind me you see the very sturdy rack where the Starlink antenna is attached, the solar panels are mounted, and the dinghy hangs in the shade of the solar panels. We have 3 solar panels which provide a total of 1200 watt to charge our 6 service batteries, 2 bow thruster batteries and the engine starter battery.
We store fruits and vegetables in the net hammocks under the solar panels.
By flipping up the bench, you get access to the transom. From here we lift, launch and land the dinghy. Voilà, madame.
This makes it very easy to unload groceries.
From the transom we go diving and swimming.
Let's continue our tour, moving forward to the deck area and using the jack lines to keep us safe. These so-called granny bars make for a relaxed working environment at the mast.
The solid railing and plenty of handlebars keep you secure even in rough seas.
The bow is a great place to hang out, watch dolphins, look out for icebergs, or enjoy a sunset. It's also where we drop and lift our anchor and where we store some of our sails. There's plenty of space on deck to read, sunbathe, or just chill out. Our Garcia 45 is equipped with a fully battened mainsail with 3 single-line reefs. We have 2 fixed front sails, a Salon and a storm jib, both with furling reefing. We also have 2 light wind sails, a Code Zero, and an Oxley parasailer.
Instead of a fixed keel, our boat has a centerboard which can be folded completely into the hull of the boat. Like this, our boat can access very shallow waters and can even fall dry.
Garcia's marine-grade aluminum hull and watertight crash zones give us peace of mind whether we're on a remote passage, busy waterway, at anchor, or in the middle of a bustling city. Our solar panels, 950-liter fuel capacity, water maker, and generous storage space means we can live off-grid for months at a time just as easily as when we're coastal cruising.